How is everyone? It's Thursday, and for me right now, I'm calling it Fake Friday, because we're going to go and grab a bottle of wine and celebrate yet another manifestation. But I was having some real thoughts when this manifestation came about. Like, a lot of people think when you're successful at manifestation or you've hit some level that people believe me to be at, that you're just somehow no longer human and don't react anymore, and everything just flows perfectly throughout your life all the time. Now, I have manifested all of the biggest things I've ever wanted into my life and the smallest things, but it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. I still react. It's how we treat our reactions that matter. That is unbelievably important. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy the audio. I'm so excited for you to hear it if you haven't heard it yet. If you have, that's exciting. But let's talk about this. So I was wanting to manifest bigger for my work, like I want to help more people on a bigger scale. Like, how many people can I help in the shortest amount of time, right? Because if I can help people change their lives, those people will affect other people positively, and this will change the world. So that's my ultimate goal. And I was contacted completely unpredictably out of the blue last week by an Emmy-winning producer in LA who now wants me to fly to LA to film a 6-part original mini-series with them teaching manifestation. 6 whole parts of that. And I am beyond excited. It's incredible to be heading to LA now next month, finding that out within just a couple of days. But of course I ended up with thoughts of like, oh my gosh, what if I tank this? What if it doesn't go well? What if whatever, right? Imposter syndrome. And then I thought to myself, what ifs don't actually exist. If a what if exists for you, it's a direct symptom of giving your power away. Because the only time anything might not work out is if you believe there's a possibility for it not to work out. And after creating several different versions of my ultimate dream, our dreams change as we go through life. After making all of these different versions of my dream, if one ended abruptly or could have been perceived then as having not worked out, I think back to that now and holy goodness, I am so glad that that happened, because what was waiting on the other side was incredible. And what was waiting on the other side never ever could have happened if that hadn't fallen apart first. And I don't even want to say falling apart. I want to say dismantled. If that didn't dismantle itself first, the most amazing things wouldn't have happened. I thought at one time in my life that my ultimate dream would be to open a yoga studio and a holistic health clinic on the Sunshine Coast. And so I did that. I watched it. I built it. Opening day, I will never forget how amazing I felt. And then 9 months later, I was getting divorced and letting that business completely go because I wasn't going to live in a whole different place in the world away from my family while I was going through this divorce. And I ended up in $85,000 of debt back in the bedroom at my mother's house that I had been brought home from the hospital to when I was born. No job, no marriage, no house, no money. And at that time, I remember a visceral feeling in my body of, I cannot wait to see what shows up. This is a blank slate. And people kept saying oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that didn't work out. And I kept thinking, what do you mean? That worked out beautifully. I realized the dream. We don't reach some arbitrary end point where suddenly we're living our dream and it's all wonderful. Right now, I have the absolute business of my dream. I get to go different places in the world and teach people how to create the lives they truly want to live. I get to drive right now in my ultimate custom dream car that I had always wanted to the store to grab myself my favorite bottle of wine so I can go home and sit with my dog and watch TV. That, to me, I'm living the dream again, right? But I can't wait to see what shows up next. And I think that's how we need to approach anything in life, really, at the end of the day. So if you have any questions about manifestation, or you think you might have a blockage, or you're struggling through something, always let me know when I'm live, because I love to chat live and I just want to help people. It's always a perception. Remember that the only meaning anything has in life is the meaning that we give that thing. Nothing means anything unless you give it a meaning. And if you look at something and think, oh, this is crap, I hate that this is happening, this means whatever bad thing, that is a choice that you're making. And that perception is going to change your experience of that time in your life. Where if you were to look at something that might look like it's total shit and just say, I can't wait to reap the gifts from this experience, I can't wait to see what shows up after this, you will experience that so differently in your life. And that is what opens the doors for new things to come to you. I had a lot of a conversation with a woman online today who said, I only want this person, and I'm not settling by being with anyone else ever in my life. I refuse to settle. And I said, okay, but do you ever think of it like you're actually settling now by locking yourself into this one specific person? You know, like that is what settling is. It's locking into, I have to be with this one specific person or I'm never going to be happy. That's settling. And your brain can only ever see 5% of reality. It can only control 5% of your reality. And your brain is literally built on all of the past experiences that you've had. So your brain is created from your past. It can only think of anything from anything it's already seen, heard of, or known up until this moment right now. And so by default, you're locking yourself out and limiting yourself to all of the possibilities available to you. You have to remember that the best thing that you can possibly think of for yourself right now, the absolute best thing you can possibly imagine, is actually just the tip of the iceberg of what's really available to you. And so, like I always say, this or better. No matter what the situation is in your life, no matter what you're looking at and thinking you're wanting, it's this or better. And I can promise you that if you allow yourself to stay open to the better will come. I really appreciate you sending a request to be in my live video. P.S. I do see that request, and if I was just already hanging out at home, I would have totally let you on and we could completely talk, because I'm here to chat with you guys. I'm here to teach live, Q&A's live. Do you want some hot seat coaching? I'm here for that. However, I gotta run into the store now. This is where you have kept me company on my way, so thank you for that, and I will come live a little bit later. Bye, guys.